Ducky, and today I'm going to be doing the AI doll trend, or not AI doll trend. This is probably like a year-old trend at this point, but I'm doing it now, so there's that. Behind me is a bit of a mess. I'm in my partner's spare room, partner's family spare room, and his sister is moving house and is also pregnant, so this room is supposed to become storage at the moment. But anyway, I'm sure you've probably all seen the trend. So originally it was people using AI to make a doll starter pack of themselves, and then of course the artists took it and were like, fuck AI, let's do it ourselves. And that's what I'm going to be doing today, because that still stands even though it's a year old. Fuck AI, probably even more so now. So yeah, let's have a look at them. So these are the kind of the AI ones I was on about. Yeah, I think they look a bit weird. And then here's some like the non-AI ones. This one's really cute. Okay, I have a couple saved from like screenshots that I've taken a while ago. So this is Chantal Arts one, which is one of my mutuals. Elidris Fairies, I love her art style as well. Siren Sketches, another one of my favourites. This is Gret Lusky, again one of my favourites. However, so given I'm a goth and I love Monster High, I was thinking of doing mine in kind of a Monster High-esque box kind of style. I'll probably go with a tombstone. That's kind of my favourite kind of boxes. But on top of that, I am going to be doing it all with collage. So let's get into it. First things first, I need to do a sketch.
Hey, future me, just quickly popping in to say this was filmed a while ago. Well, at least the first half was. So the audio and the lighting is not the best because I filmed part of this video before I got the lights and camera. Apologies, it's not going to be quite up to standard I like to have my videos at now, but this video has taken so long I don't want to scrap it. So yeah.
With my doll, I would have to have a walking stick, and then I think sketch pad and art supply. You don't see me anywhere without my water bottle because I am always dehydrated, so I will be having that. Okay, I think maybe a game controller. This is really difficult to like decide what to put with it. It's like I don't know myself. Like I'm even just trying to think like my favourite food. I don't know what food I'd put with it either. I guess maybe just a handbag. Okay, and then if we look at this Frankie doll, I think is what I'm gonna base my face shape off of. And super thin eyebrows. And then I have a nose ring. And I quite often do really messy makeup that kind of comes down the face. And of course I have my bang. Now I'm gonna make my hair really long like a doll. Is that how long my hair is? No, but I don't really care. I think quite often when they're in the box they kind of have their hands on their hips like this. Okay, so I found this doll body reference, and I'm definitely going to go with the curvy, but probably make it a little bit more curvier just because I am quite curvy myself, but I still want to keep it looking somewhat the right dimensions for a Monster High doll. And then of course fishnets, knee highs, skirt wise we're gonna want a mini skirt, my favorite. What I might do is add a slit to the skirt there, and then have it lace up like that. So you have a simple little black top that it will have a ruffle across here, and then we will do a bolero, and then I will have a couple black streaks through the red. Okay, I think I have a design for the doll, and I just need to do a design for the box. Okay, there's my plan. I don't know if you can see it. I am loving how the plan is coming out. I actually did my makeup somewhat inspired by Monster High today, not very high effort, but with the eyelashes. So let's get into doing the scrapbooking, collaging. It's probably going to take a while. Okay, so I've got some different coloured pieces of paper, some various different blacks and greys, some reds and a silver, but I think I still need to decide on the skin tone. I am incredibly pale, and most of the Monster High dolls have some kind of coloured skin, whether it's a pink or something, you know, the unnatural skin colours, most of them. So I'm thinking possibly a grey. Let's see what this grey is like. Okay, not dark enough. You can barely see that, that's practically white. I need it to read as grey. I think I want it to be a cool grey, and these are coming off as quite warm. So I'm gonna have a go with my SOOOOs instead. It's just I don't have a chisel tip on those, so they're not quite as easy to work with. And BG9. See how like it's kind of got a blue to it? Blue tinge to it? I think that's what I'm going to do, which means I'm going to need to colour in an entire piece of paper in this colour with this, so let's hope this doesn't run out on me. Okay, I have switched over to voiceover because otherwise this video would be several years long. I am a little concerned that the skin tone will completely fade because it is a hero marker, so I will probably have to keep it in a box until I can find a UV protection frame that will fit it. This was such a fun but long process. I kept losing motivation just because there were so many tiny pieces. I used hero markers to add some shadow to the doll body, however most of this would be covered up anyway. And I also made a start on the face with them. I used an acrylic marker for the fishnets because I've done collaged fishnets once or twice before and never again. I don't think you even get that much of an effect from it being collage versus pen, especially on a piece that is this detailed anyway. For a lot of the clothing I used very thin, slightly see-through paper to make a sort of pattern for each piece to make it fit the doll well. I made sure to cut things slightly bigger because then I could always trim the pieces. I probably need to get some of those thin-tipped sharp tweezers to help me with the really fiddly bits. However, I did find that I could use the tip of my nail scissors to pick up the tiny pieces and place them. Honestly, I wish my hair looked like this, but no matter how much I grow my hair out, the longer it gets, the curlier it gets, and then it looks the exact same length. It's very frustrating. I also don't think I could deal with the upkeep of black highlights. My roots currently are bad enough as it is. I had to do the hair in multiple pieces, so it looked a little crazy for a while, because I realised I needed to finish the face before I finished the hair. Last minute I also did 3D glasses instead of just drawing them on, and I love how they look. On camera they aren't that obvious, but in person they look really good. I don't know about you, but I love mismatched long socks or leg warmers, so I had to do that here. For many, many years, you wouldn't see me without my New Rock platforms. My health often doesn't allow me to wear them as much anymore, but any chance I get, I will wear them. I used a lot of masking tape on the back of the doll to help hold things in place, and also to strengthen some of the weaker papers. Of course, I had to make sure I put my white highlights on everything. The first accessory I made was a little sketchbook. My current sketchbook is covered in stickers, so of course I had to make this one match. I made it a spiral bound sketchbook because I think that reads better at this size as a sketchbook, but I hate spiral bound sketchbook. I find the spiral binding always gets in the way when I'm trying to draw. I also made a game controller, but that footage seems to be missing. The next accessory was my handbag. I only really have the one, and it's just the one I always use. It has a little plush pumpkin keychain hanging from it that my partner won in a claw machine while we were on holiday near Halloween. Next, I used my partner's favourite, glitter. He hates it because it gets absolutely everywhere, and I accidentally tipped some of the glitter onto our laundry basket, and our laundry still has some glitter on it.
Oops. The reason I needed glitter was for my final accessory, which is my walking stick. I use a walking stick whenever I leave the house, and on my bad days I also use it around the house. I got a new black glittery one a little while ago because my old one, which was my great-granddad's stick, finally gave up on me. I used PVA glue over the top of the glitter to help keep it from falling off. However, I may have used a little too much and it made it a slightly weird bluey green colour and dulled the shine quite a bit. For the background, I created a coffin shape and then collaged different light red and silver pieces all over it. I then created the all-important no AI sign to go on the front. I wanted to write Ducky Noodles in place of the Monster High logo, so I had a practice writing out the font and then made it the right size and started collaging it. This took hours, but I loved the look of it. The Monster High logo fades from pink to white down the letters, so I decided to go with the red to match my doll better and use tiny little pieces of paper to create a gradual fade, leaving a small white border. I stuck the pieces down to some black paper, 1 to create a black border, and 2 to stop it moving around as much while I was trying to collage it. I also created a heart with the same technique. I made a black border around the coffin shape to be the front of the box. And then I created black and white stripes using, again, more collaging. I used some of that black glitter paper and I love the way it looks. I wanted to make this piece 3D, so I used some foam double-sided tape to attach the logo, the heart, and the no AI logo to the front of the box. I then added more of that thick foam double-sided tape to the back of this piece. I wanted this to stand a bit higher off the backing piece, so I doubled up the tape. A lot of the pieces were still feeling very flimsy, so I decided to add a piece of card to the back of most of the pieces. Then all that was left to do was to put it together. I put the doll on the page, again with that double-sided tape to create that depth. I did remember to scan all the pieces separately before I did this, in case I ever want to make it a print or stickers, etc. So here is the final finished result. I love how 3D it is and just all the details. I'm absolutely obsessed. I really want to get into doll customizing at some point in the future when I have a house, and I feel like I maybe need to have a go at making this doll. Let me know what you think of this doll, and obviously, yeah, it's a lot more effort to do this than to type a generator into AI, but I did go a bit above and beyond, and like this is a piece of art that I'm probably going to cherish for like the rest of my life. Whereas the AI thing, well, I'd post it and then not think about it for the rest of my life. Yeah, couldn't be me. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!